Hello again, music fans. I am back here for another small music collection update and also a couple of metal related comic books. Okay, you may have seen by my DC Comics history right here in the back and my Wonder Woman puzzle right there hanging, and that I'm a big fan of comic books. And I'm also right now coincidentally wearing a Batman T-shirt from the classic '66 series. All right, so I do like comic books, but these two comic books that I'm going to show are related with heavy metal. The first one is Legacy of the Beast, right there, Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast, which compiles the 5-issue series here of comic books based on Eddie from Iron Maiden. Okay, so here Eddie is embodies the spirit of like freedom and creativity, and he goes up against the Beast, whom you might see as very familiar as the devil right there from the Number of the Beast album cover. All right, so he goes up against him, and he sends several of his minions to do battle against Eddie. The artwork here is fantastic. Check that out. He is joined in his battle by the clairvoyant, she of the Seventh Son of a Seventh Son album, in order to fight the Beast. Okay, so this compiles that 5-issue series, and this is volume 1, so there is a volume 2, which is not yet completed. I think the individual issues are out for that volume 2. But this is a really fun story. A simple story. There's just a lot of fighting and stuff. Eddie doesn't speak here. He's kind of like more like the Incredible Hulk, where he just grunts and stuff. Though he does have intelligence. Most of the dialogue is provided here by the clairvoyant. Okay, so Legacy of the Beast. Highly recommend this one if you're an Iron Maiden fan or a comic book fan. I'm both. The next one is a more, the relation with metal is more indirect. You may recognize this image. This was the poster for the early 80s movie. I believe it was 80 or 81, Heavy Metal. It was an animated movie based on the magazine, the comic book magazine Heavy Metal, which is in turn based on the French magazine Metal Hurlant. All right, which means screaming metal. Okay, so if you that animated movie, which I do have, here in my collection, is really good. It has a great soundtrack, with Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Sammy Hagar, and others, on the movie. And this comic book is not based on the movie, but rather based on that character, which appears in the Tarna section of that animated movie. So Tarna is she, right there. So we have her further adventures, and this compiles a 4-issue miniseries. By the way, both of these books are printed by Heavy Metal Magazine Publishing. Okay, right there is the little logo for Heavy Metal. Here, the artwork for this one is fantastic. Has a very European flavor. The artists may be themselves European. I don't know. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I just got it. Great metal related comics. Now on for the CDs, for the music. First we have a band that I had heard of, but I was not very familiar with, which is Royal Hunt. And here in the hype sticker, it says the symphonic progressive metal. Okay, which I don't know. It does have some symphonic elements. It does have some progressive elements, but it's really more of a straight ahead, really good melodic hard rock. Okay, think of the English bands Magnum and also Ten. Those bands, and those are bands I really like. So I really like. This is a live album, 2 CD live album called Cargo. Right there. The other one is from Stryper, Here, Goddamn Evil. Stryper, if you've kind of lost touch with them ever since the 80s, I recommend you touch base with them again because their latest albums have really been really good and very heavy. Well, not super heavy, but heavy for them. Okay, and really great. A lot of metal elements here. Not just a hard rock, and certainly not hair metal. For God's sakes, don't lump them in that category anymore. This is not their latest. This is their second to last album ever. As of the making of this video, their latest one is called, I believe, Even the Devil Believes. This one is Goddamn Evil. Great cover right there. And great heavy songs. Right there on Frontiers music. Really enjoyed this one. And another one is one that I'm sure is a very common one. I'm sure. I'm totally sure. It's a Dream Theater Images and Words. Okay, so I'm trying to really compile all the early Dream Theater ones, which I do not have, because I have almost all of this album in their live album. Okay, so in that album, most of these songs here, Pull Me Under, Take the Time, Metropolis Part 1, Under a Glass Moon, Learning to Live. Those songs are on that double live album that I already have, but I did not have the studio versions. And this, and of course, this is a lot of people's favorite Dream Theater album, and I can certainly see why. Great songs from beginning to end, really great music. Okay, well that's it for the update. I already made my pre-order for Iron Maiden's Knights of the Beast live in Mexico. That's coming out on the 20th of November. I don't know if they're going to ship it on that date, for me. But anyway, I already ordered both the vinyl and the CD. So probably next update that I do is going to be showcasing that album, which I'm really looking forward to. Thank you very much for watching, and so long.